I'm Duncan Mackay, and this is Mauritz Lotz.
And we are excited to chat about our new project, A Beautiful Madness.
Author and mutual friend Peter Pelson, who brought Mauritz round to the studio, and we instantly talked music and seemed to be talking the same type of stuff. And there was a little piece I was working on for a film, and Mauritz said, well, I could have a go at that, and I said, please do. And then what he came back with blew me away, because I thought he was going to put some guitar on it, but he put some rhythm stuff and all sorts of great bits, and I was knocked out. That moved on to, because I was working with a guy Philip, and he is the founder of the band Fluence in the UK. It was a prog band, and I said to Mauritz, would you like to maybe join the band and play some guitar? And so the next thing is we started exchanging ideas that we had on the shelf, and the very first track that came out of that was the title track, A Beautiful Madness. And based on how that turned out, I thought, hell, we're on a winner here. Mauritz and I were in this room just talking about stuff. As a passing comment, Mauritz said, oh, it's a bit of a beautiful madness. When I hear a phrase or something, I scribble it down because it sparks something. And I said, mate, I think you've just come up with the title for the album, because A Beautiful Madness sums up my musical life really well, and by the sound of it, Mauritz is as well. So as for two seasoned musos, yep, we've had a world of beautiful madness doing music. Generally in our lives, we work for clients, and they have a brief and we fulfill it. I said, fancy working together. We're the only clients, so you and I, and we just do what we make, music that makes us smile and that we're proud and happy with.
I think that was part of the amazingness of this collaboration for me personally as well, because we both allowed it to evolve that way. For me, the identity of the project emerged. It wasn't even a conscious decision. We just knew we both were on the same page, with regards to creativity and wanting to serve the music, however that may evolve. And then it will certainly evolve. It certainly would surprise us sometimes.
Yes, it just grew, and we kept finding out real plus points about each other and how we played. And it was, as I've said before, it's the most enjoyable album I've made for a very long time. Looking Back is a great track, because I borrowed riffs and things from my very, very first album in 1970, whenever it was, Chimera. I had the same attitude of this one. But of course, the big favourite is the title track, A Beautiful Madness, which is the very first one we did together, and that sparked the enthusiasm and the interest and the excitement for the rest of the album. What's yours?
The title track, definitely.
Yeah.
I like the atmosphere of Shibu. They were the two first tracks that we did together. So it started with Beautiful Madness ideas, and then that evolved, and then Sulumi kind of happened as well after that. And and then from there on, we started, more things can.
I was beginning to run out of enthusiasm. And then we started doing this, and it just revitalized me. It's an important album for me.
And challenging. I mean, I certainly moved out of many comfort zones on this project. Not just from a playing point of view, a creative point of view. Yes, all the surprises, learning from them. There's definitely been a new experience and a new adventure for me as well. I think we both equally would say things back and forth, say, well, here's something, it's a couple of like say 1 minute long piece or a 2 minute or a 30 second or whatever. We were just swapping ideas together, and he would sort of go, okay, let me work with that. And then hence the surprises start happening, because he would take an idea and develop that, or vice versa. I would get something from him and I would sort of do my spin on it and then add some stuff. Mostly all the others were motifs or singular ideas that kind of started fitting together or not, or were developed otherwise. And that kind of, also had its own evolution of sorts.
A couple of people I've sent the album to have bothered to write their opinions of the tracks and their thoughts on it, and their imagination of where those originated or came from. I got a whole lot of different answers to that question of what do they get out of it. But the bottom line is that they bothered to take time to write to me and tell me that's what they were getting out of it.
I would like people to perhaps even subconsciously experience some joy listening to it. Even if it's remotely the joy that we've experienced making it, so I think that would be ideal.
That'd be fantastic.